Hey guys, welcome to the channel, All of the Movies, where we discuss all of the movies. Today I am going to be going over my top 5, go-to movies. So these are the movies that I can watch over and over and don't get sick of them. So I am filling in this week for Erin like she did for me last week. I was in Belize for vacation, and so she did a top 5 go-to movies. I'll link it here for you guys to go watch. And so this weekend was her birthday, so we weren't able to film the discussion on Shawshank Redemption. Next week we'll get that full discussion up for you guys. But this week, this video is all about my top 5 go-to movies. Now, Erin was able to do her top 5. I'm gonna do my top 6 with some honorable mentions. It is so difficult to come up with a list of like my favorite movies or like my top go-to movies, because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, oh, but I love watching that movie. Oh, but this movie. Oh, and oh, I love that movie too. Oh, and this one I love watching. Like, it's been difficult to create this list for you, but I went ahead and did it in no particular order. Well, not in a favorite order. The order I chose was more chronological, so when the movie came out. Number 6 on my list is Horrible Bosses. Came out in 2011. It has Jason Bateman, Charlie Day, and Jason Sudeikis. Sudeikis. Yeah, Sudeikis. So I love this movie for a multitude of reasons. First off, I don't like comedy. Well, I like comedy. There's a certain type of comedy that I like, and most of the time it's not what everybody else likes. They're like, oh, that's a funny movie. I'm like, kind of stupid to me. But Horrible Bosses, when I first saw it, I could not stop laughing. If you haven't seen it by now, you should, because it also has Jennifer Aniston. If I was to cheat, oh, now would you see right through me? Would you give it to me? And Kevin Spacey in it, and Jamie Foxx. So it is just, it's so funny. And even now, the more I watch it over and over, I still can't stop laughing throughout the entire thing. Just the chemistry between the three. Jason Bateman has this very stoic, kind of sarcastic comedy and whatnot that is just...
Things gonna work out, you know, because I'm like a machine, you know. Look how fast I'm picking out the scrap, you know. I'm moving like super fast. I can't even feel my nose.
Can I get in here? Do you want to know what's weird? Yeah. That I feel like I should be panicking right now, and I am a little bit, but it's in a very, very good way.
Yeah, but you're not, right?
Like a good kind of panic. It's like I feel like I want to die right now, but I also feel very, very, very good.
Yeah. Hey! What are you guys doing? I'm feeling good, dude. You want to help me clean? Like, we bond over this. This is like friendship stuff. We broke into someone's house, man, and it's like kind of the most amazing experience of my life. We broke into a man's house, and suddenly I'm like an expert at sifting cocaine.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so number 5 on my list is Pride and Prejudice, and not the BBC version, but the one with Keira Knightley in it. I'm not one of those people who looks forward to romance movies or that sort of thing. Just not really my cup of tea.
Could I offer you a cup of tea, perhaps?
Absolutely not.
The movie is so well acted by everyone, and it has some really underrated, I think, actors and actresses in it that really just shine through and bring it all together. The music, the writing, it's just a really, really good movie. And if you're in the mood for some really good, like, romantic feelings.
From the first moment I met you, your arrogance and conceit, your selfish disdain for the feelings of others made me realize that you were the last man in the world I could ever be prevailed upon to marry.
It's definitely the ideal love story to me, and yeah, I can watch it all the time. Okay, so number 4, Mission Impossible 2. It is my favorite out of the entire franchise, even though I can watch all of them over and over. I love Tom Cruise. I don't know if this has been made aware on this channel, but Tom Cruise. I don't like any movie with him in it, except for Tropical Thunder. I don't particularly like that part, but then I watched this interview, and fun fact, a little tangent, he actually came up with that character, and he wanted to be in the movie, and he came up with the dancing for it and the comedy for that. So yeah, he did that. So I love Tom Cruise, but not in that movie. Anyway, so Mission Impossible 2, it is, all of the Mission Impossibles are really good spy movies, really awesome stunts and things like that in the entire thing. And particularly in Mission Impossible 2, there's a lot of motorcycle riding, which Tom Cruise does. There's that opening scene of him rock climbing, free climbing. So cool. And then just the style of the movie, it's definitely a 2000s movie, and I really like that feel in that movie. I don't know, it's very entertaining, and I love it. And his sunglasses, like, it's very iconic. Tom Cruise as Ethan Hunt, the spy. Yeah, it's really good. Okay, so number 3 on my list, I don't think a lot of people know about this movie. I came across it on HBO when just late at night they had this movie on, and I watched part of it, and so I looked for it again the next night on HBO because I was like, I want to watch this in its entirety. Now, when I first watched it, I had no idea who James Patterson was, who his character Alex Cross was, or anything like that. I had no idea it was based on the book. Okay, so the movie, number 3, is Kiss the Girls. It's a drama thriller that came out in 1997, and it has Ashley Judd, Morgan Freeman, and I always get his name wrong, Carrie Ewells?
I'm Carrie Elwes, and you may know me from The Princess Bride.
Yeah, the guy from Princess Bride. For those of you who've probably never even heard of this movie, it is, like I said, a drama, thriller, mystery about this girl, Ashley Judd, who gets kidnapped in her own home, or from her own home. She gets kidnapped, taken to this underground place in the jungle, well, in the woods, and then she escapes. She's able to escape, but the person who took her is a serial kidnapper who is also a serial killer.
How closely connected are they?
They all share the same profile.
Yeah, they're all extraordinary in some way.
Only 2 bodies have been found. The killer left a note first at the second murder scene.
Signed to Casanova.
Casanova, a great lover.
Kiss me.
Now, the only one who can help him is the woman who got away.
I'd like to say something to Casanova. I broke your rules. None of the other women helped. So if you're looking for someone to blame, blame me.
Alex Cross, who is played by Morgan Freeman, gets involved in it, and actually very personally, come to find out. But it's one of those movies that is very well directed, in my opinion, very well thought out. The story is really good, and I know it's kind of weird to be on a go-to list, but I don't know, I really like how it's laid out, the misdirection, the story has to do with her overcoming that fear and kind of that PTSD that she has, and being able to fight that fear and overcome that fear. And it's a really like girl power without being that. That undertone is in Kiss the Girls, and but it's kind of sinister and kind of dark. It has a very Taking Lives feel to it. I think they were done around the same time. Taking Lives is an Angelina Jolie and Ethan Hawke movie. Oh, Ethan Hawke. Oh, he's a great actor. Anyways, so that, I do recommend that. If you like drama thrillers, it's really good, and the ending, so good. Okay, so my number 2 is Stargate, and I'm not talking the TV series SG-1 or Atlantis or Universe. I'm talking the original movie that came out in 1994, and it has Kurt Russell and James Spader.
What the hell did you say to him?
Nothing.
And it started my love for Egyptian mythology and culture, and when I was little, I was like obsessed with marrying James Spader and like his character in the movie. Archaeologist and history, and I am a history major, and what interests me is ancient history more so than modern history, or even like middle modern, so like BC era. But yeah, so this movie is it's everything I want in a movie. It has great acting, it has comedy in it, it has overwhelmingly emotional parts in it, it has ancient history, it has sci-fi, it has really good looking guys in it. It begins well, the story is really good, the music is fantastic. The acting is actually pretty good.
How you doing?
And it spawned my childhood. SG-1, the TV series, it had like 10 seasons, and then Stargate Atlantis. Didn't really like Universe. I think they went a little too far with that one. But yeah, that's pretty much my childhood. So it's very nostalgic for me to watch that, and gets me right in the feels. Okay, and number 1, which again, this is not in favorites, this is when they came out, is Tremors. So for those who don't know what Tremors is just a really, it's not a good movie per se.
We killed it. Fuck you!
But it is just so entertaining. It's so funny. It has Kevin Bacon in it, Fred Ward, Michael Gross, and it has spawned direct-to-video 5 other movies, which are all just as entertaining and just so entertaining. So it's about these 2 guys, Kevin Bacon and his friend Fred Ward, and there are monsters underneath the sand, and they have to like get away from them and kill them and figure out what they are and where they came from and that sort of thing. So it's really, really entertaining, and Kevin Bacon is phenomenal in it.
Yeah! Can you fly, you sucker? Can you fly?
a Joe Dirt-like character, but so much better than Joe Dirt, because Joe Dirt was weird and I didn't like that. But anyways, really, really entertaining, satisfying, lazy movie to just put on and enjoy. Okay, so now I'll go through my honorable mentions real quick, and I bet I can add several more to this list, but I'm just gonna run through them. Hey, so this is future me editing this video, and I completely spaced. Like I said, this is so difficult for me, but one of my favorite movies of all time is Lethal Weapon, like the first one. And after that, Boondock Saints. They are my go-to movies. I can't believe I spaced on that, but yeah, Lethal Weapon.
Okay, it's yours, okay? Okay. Okay. It's okay. Okay.
So Balto, again, Kevin Bacon. Titan AE has Matt Damon in it. Well, it's like a sci-fi cartoon, but like adulty and just really fun to watch. Die Hard, of course, like Bruce Willis, hello. Deep Blue Sea, again, I don't think a lot of people know about that movie, but it's a shark movie, and it's actually one of the, like, just up there with Jaws, in my opinion, as a really good shark movie. And then, of course, 2001: A Space Odyssey. I always recommend this to everyone who is a sci-fi person to watch, even if you're not a sci-fi person. I love watching this with other people who have not seen it and see them kind of like, what are you making me watch? What is this? Because they just don't get it. It's like, it's a sci-fi thing. And then I have to include this one because anytime that it's on TV, I watch it. Even if there's 10 minutes left or the whole hour and a half or whatever. If it's on the TV, I'm sitting my happy butt down and I'm watching it. And that movie is G.I. Jane.
Guys, I'm saving her life. And yours. Her presence makes us all vulnerable.
Master Chief?
Lieutenant, seek life elsewhere.
Suck my dick!
Alright, so there you have it. Those are my go-to movies. It's not really a top something, it's just kind of word vomit for you guys. But yeah, it was really hard to create this list. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed that. Remember, Erin did do her top 5. She's way more organized with movies than I am. So go check that out. Again, I'll link it here. Anyway, so you can check us out on Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. We plan on uploading weekly from now on. And like I said, next week we'll be doing the full discussion on Shawshank Redemption. See ya in our next video.